So today is the day where I'm getting my injection. I get these injections every 3 weeks. It used to be every 4 weeks, but I was having breakthrough symptoms by the time the 4th week came around, so they switched it to every 3 weeks. I'm on this injection because it's an antipsychotic, which helps with my schizoaffective disorder. I'm on an injection because I was having problems with adherence to oral medications. So one of my delusions is that psychiatrists or doctors are using medications to poison me or using them for mind control or that sort of thing. So when my breakthrough delusions came through, I was having a lot of difficulties around taking my medications. I also kind of struggle sometimes with just accepting that I have this illness. And so sometimes I will convince myself that I'm not sick enough to need this kind of medication. So I just wouldn't take it, or I would try to reduce too much or things like that. So myself and my doctor made the decision to switch to injectables because then I don't really have that immediate decision to make every day about whether or not I'm going to take my medication. It's just kind of a once a month sort of, or once every 3 weeks decision that I have to make, and that's it. Pharmacy. So the way this injection works is that it has to be administered by a healthcare professional because they want to monitor you while you're on it and just kind of check in with you. I get my prescription filled at the pharmacy and I take it to the mental health clinic down the street where my mental health therapist, who is a nurse, administers it to me there. I got my injection. It's in a box like this. I also got the other antipsychotic that I'm taking, as well as propranolol, which is for agitation from these antipsychotics. And now we're off to get the injection. I recognize that there's a tremendous amount of privilege in being able to just go to the pharmacy and just pick up my medications without having to pay anything at all. I'm really fortunate to have private health insurance as well as public health insurance that covers the cost of my medications, but I realize there are people even in Canada who don't have access to this kind of coverage. And I know that there are people in other countries who definitely don't have access to this kind of drug coverage. While I recognize that this is a huge barrier to a lot of people, and it's not really something that I can relate to in terms of not being able to access affordable medication, it is a really important component of treatment, and I would really encourage you to keep trying to obtain access to proper medication. Probably the worst part about it all is the stigma around it. So, I mean, there's stigma around telling people that you're on antipsychotic medications to begin with, but then if you tell them that you're on an injection of antipsychotic medication, it's even worse. And so I kind of face the stigma throughout the process, even of going to the pharmacy to get it. I'm worried about what the pharmacists think. And then there's also the internalized stigma that I have myself around it. So I would prefer not to be on this medication because it's really not something that that sounds great to me. Like, being on an antipsychotic injection is not something that I'm like, yeah, sign me up for. So, I mean, the end goal is to reduce the amount of medications that I'm on. So I'm currently also taking an oral antipsychotic while the injection stabilizes. So I'm kind of working right now at reducing that, and hopefully I'll be able to gradually reduce all of my medications and will be able to cope in other ways as well. I'm feeling pretty okay about my injection today. I know that it's something that I need to do to take care of myself, but there was a time not too long ago, probably 2 or 3 injections ago, where I was at a point where I was really, really paranoid about the injection, and to the point where I was in tears in the office when my therapist was giving it to me. It was a really, really scary experience because I was unsure about what the medication was for. I was unsure about what it was going to do to my mind and to my body. And I was just really scared about the whole process. I was also having hallucinations that were telling me that it was bad for me and that it was going to be harmful and that they were plotting against me. So that was really hard to deal with, but I think I'm getting to a place with this injection now where we've figured out the best time frame to take it, as well as the best dosage to take, and things are kind of stabilizing for me. little bit harder than I let on at first. I got a little bit paranoid when she was getting the injection ready, but it went okay. My arm hurts now, but I have it, so I'm good for another 3 weeks. So these injections are really helpful in terms of managing my symptoms, but there are some immediate side effects as well as prolonged side effects. So right after I get my injection, I'm usually pretty run down. They slow me down a lot. I'm more lethargic, tired. It's harder to concentrate on what I'm doing, those sorts of things. Medications work differently for every person, so I found this injection works well for me, but I was on a different injection before about 1.5 years ago or so, which really did not go well for me. So if it is something that you're interested in, talk about it with your doctor to just kind of get a sense of if it might be a good fit for you or a good option for you. And then if you do try it out and it's not working out for you, don't be afraid to tell your doctor that it's not working for you, because there are other options. So all of this that goes into getting my injection does take a little bit of a toll on me, but it is really worth it in terms of symptom management as well as just improving overall quality of life for me. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day. Thanks so much for watching this video on antipsychotic injections. The end. I get it here, not in the buttocks because ew.
It's not the butt, it's the hip.
Whatever.